I am back home from end of summer vacation, and while I was gone, Kaleidescape saw fit to release the first kOS update since the release of the Strato V player. I've got it loaded here, ready on my machine. I've checked it out a little bit, and in this video, let's take a look at all the changes. They added the store. There's a couple other little nuances that they updated in there as well that I thought were pretty interesting. Again, I like the way it's looking. I like the fact that we got a software, a firmware update, kOS update to the Strato V relatively quickly after launch. There's some other changes in there. Hopefully we'll see some more improvements, augmentations, and additional fixes in short order. But without further ado, let's hop over to the Techthusiasm home theater. All right, here we are at the update 1 of the Kaleidescape Strato V standalone mode here, UI. I'm still using my V standalone. I haven't added a Terra server to my setup again yet. So the big addition to this firmware is the fact that we now have the movie store, which interestingly enough, they added a movie store strip to the home screen. We can see this up here at the top. My understanding is that this shows basically the 4 most popular movies in the store at the moment in time when the OSD refreshes. So pretty neat. I might have actually liked this to be down below, but we'll see how it goes. Might have wanted to see my content perhaps at the very top, but given that there's multiple strips of our own content that dynamically show up depending on what you watched and paused and resumed and that sort of stuff, what you favorited, maybe it does make sense to have the movie store actually as kind of a discrete entry at the top. In any case, that's what we have. Again, the 4 entries for the movies. We have the ability to jump directly into the full store off of that strip, and this looks pretty good. So for all of those that have been looking for the place to see all of the movies that you own on the Kaleidescape Strato UI, we have it right here. You go in the store, you go to My Movies, you go to View All, and boom, we can go around to different films. This is everything that I own in my Kaleidescape account. Now, one of the things that we can do in here is we can shuffle. So I don't find any ability or any way to put this list into a fixed alphabetical order list, but if we pause on a film, we get the little flyout with the information. If I go left from there, there's the option to shuffle, the triangle inside the hexagon there. If I hit that, boom, we get a movie wall shuffle, movies related to the one that I had selected, which is Saban's Power Rangers. I do have a variety of Control 4 cues enabled here as well, so I can do this from my Control 4 Halo remote. A quick programming link to shuffle actually works here as well. Shuffled on Transformers, and there we go. I see a bunch of the Transformers films around it. So we have it, the ability again to see all of your movies and do all of the stuff. If I go into a given film, again, we get that slightly different movie details page that shows up here versus in the collection view. I wish they would use this one in both places. I like seeing all of the format tags and stuff like that. But I do have the option here. I can kick off downloads directly. I can explore related films based on related movies itself, or cast, director, so on. I can see things like the scenes, available audio tracks, subtitles. One thing that I found is pretty neat in the store, if I go ahead and I do a couple different shuffles, we'll shuffle first on Peanuts, we'll shuffle on a Pixar movie, and then let's shuffle on, say, Kung Fu Panda. If I go back, and I can do that either by pulling up a movie entry here, going left, and I go back, I can actually return to earlier shuffles, which is kind of interesting. Or I can go back to the movie store home by going to that home icon there. So there's quite a lot available here in the store. Of course, we can see new releases, we can see movies and television by all sorts of different types of genres, we can see new arrivals to 4K, and other types of promoted content and material that they are putting front and center for us here. Options to pre-orders, new things in TV, concerts. Concerts was down there. Now I'm going to go ahead and go back to what they call the ready to play area, kind of the home screen. We're going to go ahead and just do a search in here. Let's search for Star Wars, STAR. We can get a little bit of helpful completion there, which is pretty cool. Let's go over to done. Let the search complete. And here we go. Movies with titles matching Star Wars, as well as maybe this is a content set. If I go into any one of these films, I get my usual movie details page to have the option to download, explore, see the available elements that come with it. But I do want to click on something that I don't own just to show here that I do have the ability to purchase directly on the Kaleidescape UI itself. So if I do go into purchase, here, getting ready, fetching movie purchase information, I have the option to use my passcode to go ahead and buy the film, and as well as affect when I buy, just like in the other apps, I can determine, okay, what format do I want to have the movie downloaded in when I buy it. If I don't want to download, oh, interestingly, it actually forces you when you buy on the V to download. You can't just buy in general. I'd like to be able to do that actually. You can do that on the web and you can do that in the app. I do that quite a lot. Sometimes I do buy movies. If I catch them on sale, there's a flash sale, whatever it may be, and I may not be looking to download and watch them immediately, especially with limited storage. So we'll go back from here, but in any case, we can do it. Oh, and I also showed it as well, the option also to rent. Renting would make sense, I think, if you're going to rent something to force the download, but purchasing for the collection, maybe not. Now, one thing that's interesting, I believe pretty strongly looking at this that the settings menu has been put together in a different way. Now, in the classic Kaleidescape UI, there's a kind of downloads and status and information screen separate from the settings, and it looks like this has been unified. Be interested to see actually if it's the case for the classic Kaleidescape interface as well. But in any case, if we go here to settings now, we can see that on the return page we have some of the information that I think we formerly saw in status, basically available storage, the quantity of movies that we have currently downloaded, and then downloads resides here now. Downloaded, no movies are being downloaded, nothing in progress. I can set the maximum download speed, which formerly was a setting, but it looks like some of the former menus that were split up are now unified. I'm not really finding any other options in here of any note. I think everything else going through here seems to be the same as it had been before. So we have 3 UI menu spaces now: settings, movie store, and ready to play. I like this. I think this works quite a bit better actually versus having kind of settings and status as independent menu options. One other thing that's pretty cool with the V is, again, I am using Control 4. I'm using a variety of the Control 4 programming and options and stuff that are available. One of the abilities within the Control 4 ecosystem is the ability to do kind of a quick jump around the menu sections of the Kaleidescape, and that works here. So I'm hitting basically one button on my Halo and I'm jumping between ready to play in the store. Interestingly, it doesn't take us to settings, which is no problem. Settings isn't something that we're going to go into very much, and we can always get there by just going to menu and again going specifically down into settings. So it's looking pretty good. Again, it looks like there's a couple maybe little still usability quirks to debate whether they're working fully or there could be some optimization there. I think the UI is looking better. I think this is a great addition to what they're doing. I still stand by the idea that a simplified, quote unquote, I wouldn't even necessarily call this too simplified now that we have the store back, but having a standalone UI for a very limited storage device versus the movie wall actually isn't all that bad of an idea, and I appreciate the effort that they're making, the engineering effort that they're putting in, the usability effort, trying to come up with something kind of unique. As always, I'd love to see sharper looking movie posters. I think there's some opportunity for improvement here. I am running the native CinemaScope UI on my 235:1 screen. That is all working fine. So just to be clear, this is kOS 10.19.0-25343. This update brings the following changes. So OSD support for the store, as we've seen. New movie store row, which we're looking at here. Branding updates and Dolby Vision support. The on-screen display in store have been updated across the Encore line. Co-Star support for the Strato V, which is an interesting update. That was one of the reasons lauded for keeping the Strato C and the V in production together. It'll be interesting to see if co-star support for the V impacts the longevity of the offering of the Strato C, as well as what's mentioned, other bug and performance improvements. So there's your full look, updated UI look, kOS update overview to the first Strato V update. It's looking pretty good, and I'm hopeful for more updates in short order. Of course, if you're looking to add Kaleidescape to your home theater setup, of course, Techthusiasm is an authorized certified dealer for Kaleidescape. I am an authorized dealer for a whole bunch of other brands as well, JVC and a whole lot more. If you're looking to build a home theater, update a system, reach out to me first if I can help you directly. I would love to, and that's probably the best way to support the channel. If not, I've got a bunch of awesome business partners like Audio Advice and others that I can refer you to if I can't help you. Otherwise, hey, feel free to leave a super thanks, PayPal, Venmo tip, shop with my other affiliates, Amazon, Best Buy, Newegg, Target, and more, all down in the description. And if you would, please like, subscribe, hit the bell, share the video, leave a comment. Do you have a Kaleidescape Strato V? Did yours update already? What do you think about the changes? What else would you like to see added, augmented, fixed, and improved in your Kaleidescape Strato V experience? Sound off in the comments and let me and Kaleidescape know. Thanks so much for watching. Come on back for more home theater discussion and fun.